Agnomeni, and I'm new to the Comm 175 class. I'm recording this oddly enough at 1 o'clock in the morning, almost 1:30 in the morning, because I'm a police officer. I currently work evening shift, and I very often work midnight shift, so my sleep schedule varies from that of my household on multiple occasions and can make it difficult to kind of get that communication opportunity with both my children and with my wife. However, we do make time to make sure and have the opportunity to speak to each other, even if it's just in passing or through the fact that we do have cell phones. And I take the opportunity to call whenever I can, take my lunches at home. I work in the same city that I live in, so I have the opportunity to come home for breaks and to do other things like that. The obviously first person I have a great interpersonal relationship with is my wife. My wife and I have been married for 17 years now, and we have 7 children, ranging in ages from 15 all the way down to just about 9 months now. And I also have interpersonal relationships with my children. Even though they do have the ability to drive us crazy from time to time, we enjoy communicating with them, teaching them, and it's a great experience when they don't just hear what we're saying, but they actually listen to what we're saying, and they absorb that information, apply it, and then we see that they learn and move on and educate themselves from that so that they can make better decisions as they continue to grow older and they continue to become better people in their own right. I have also lots of interpersonal relationships with a lot of the guys I work with. We trust each other with our lives. We very often have to make split decision calls on what to do in interacting with each other. We communicate both verbally and non-verbally, just based off of a feeling and an attitude that the other officer is portraying, or that you kind of get that danger signal. People like to call it that spidey sense. And it very often allows us to take action when needed to prevent another officer from being hurt, or to make sure that somebody doesn't get away from us when they start to send those nonverbal cues as they start to flex or they start to look for the escape routes that they're going to run to. We kind of pick up on those. We're trained to watch for those, and they give us an opportunity to step in and take action before we allow that to happen. Opportunities that I have to give public speeches. I used to be a manager for a security company, and I had to do training. I also worked as a facility security officer for the federal government, granting clearances and interviewing people for job positions and then placing them into different jobs. I also had client interpersonal relationships with all the different clients when I managed the security company. As a police officer, I do almost nothing all day except talk to people, whether it's people I contact in the course of my job duty, pulling people over, stopping violators, talking to people during investigations, or it's people that call me and invite me into their home because they want to explain what's going on with them. They need advice, they need information, they don't know what to do. So I do get to communicate on a regular basis, and I very often have to come back to that common denominator to make sure that I'm understanding the culture, the ethnicity, the gender, the generational differences, to make sure that what I'm trying to get across actually gets across in a manner that it's beneficial to them and that they can understand, absorb, utilize, and then move forward with the information and the advice that I've given them. As far as some of the things about myself that might help you see things that we have in common with me. Once again, I'm a convert to, or not once again, I haven't said it yet. I'm a convert to the church of just over 13 years now, or almost 13 years coming up in this July. In my time as a convert to the church, I've had the opportunity to serve in the elders quorum, the high priest group, as a bishop's counselor, as a ward missionary, obviously as a home teacher, and I'm enjoying my children growing up inside the church. It holds a special place in my heart, and maybe at some point I'll share my conversion story, because to me it's quite touching, and it usually resonates with a lot of people, the way that it came through. But that's the long and short of it. Once again, I'm Andre Sagnomeni. It's nice to meet you all, and I'm sure you'll hear a lot more about me this semester.